Chuck, you're supposed to tell me what you're supposed to do?
Yes.
How
about an opening statement?
Coach will have an opening statement. Don't take away. Yeah, I'm just, guys, I'm proud of this football team. Really, just I'm so proud of the fans. I mean, one thing I tried to stress this week is there's 3 components to winning a championship. It starts with coaching staff. It starts with the president and an athletic director who's committed to winning championships. They've proven that with the vision. $30 million facilities are coming. It's a coaching staff that has a plan to win. It's infallible. And the third faction is the fan base. They show up and they show the kind of support the championship teams get. We got that today. From the time we get off the bus to the walk, this is what Marshall football is all about. This is what it's supposed to be about. I'm just proud that our kids went out and played the way they did, and it's just a great win for us. It's one game. It's one game. We got to enjoy it tonight. We got to come back tomorrow. We got a great challenge next Saturday in Athens.
Coach, your team's been dealing with a bunch of adversity these past 2 weeks. Can you talk about how you guys kind of bottled that all up and pulled out these points? How proud of your team are you because you kind of overcome those obstacles?
Well, not only the team, but the coaching staff. I mean, what a bizarre deal we had last weekend. We don't get back to Monday morning at whatever time it was. Coaches went right to work. Didn't miss a beat. You know, kids, we started right out on Tuesday like we normally do. Had a great week of preparation and showed out there today. But you know what? I like this football team. I don't know how many games we're going to win, but I like this team. I like what they're all about. They've been able to overcome adversity. They play extremely hard. You know what? As long as they'll do that, we'll be fine. I'm proud of them.
Can you talk about the mood of the team? I mean, they're down 14 points. Southern Miss is converting 3rd and longs like WVU was last week. How proud are you of that they didn't go south from there?
Yeah, I am. I mean, that's what they're. You know, we talk about overcoming adversity, and you know, we didn't do that early in the year a year ago. About midway through the season, these guys started overcoming adversity, and they did again today. You know, one thing we talk about all the time is, hey, you keep fighting. You play 4 to 6 seconds as hard as you can play every snap. At the end of the day, we'll look up to the scoreboard says. And that's what they did today. And as long as they do that from here on out, which they will, then we'll be fine. But you know, this team, like I said, I like what it's all about. I think that defense, you know, with the exception of getting the one ball thrown over their head, played tremendous. Rip and his staff did a great job, and you know, offensively with a bunch of young guys in there, I thought they grew up and did some good things.
Last week you had a huge drive toward the end of the half, but only came away with 3. This week you get 7 out of it. Just how huge is that difference? Right?
There's no question. I was looking at the stats here. We were 4 for 4 in scores on the red zone, which is critical. And you know, we came away with some touchdowns down there. We had the one call back that was just an aggressive play by Dobson, but you know, I thought that's critical, and we made some plays down there. Again, some young kids came up with some great plays out there.
You talk about fighting back. Vinny goes out with kind of an injury there in the 2nd quarter. He's kind of watching from out here, watching everything unfold. He comes back and kind of ignites that 2nd half rally. How big was the importance of him, not only on the field, but as a leader in general?
You know, there's no, you know, he just does such a tremendous job. But you know, Omar Brown's out there. We got that defense is rock solid. I mean, we got some solid guys, George Carpenter and Tyson Gale, and some unsung heroes in there that kind of hold that defense together. And they just kept plugging, man. They just kept, you know, that Austin Davis is a 4-year starter. That's as good a skill as to walk into that stadium, you know, this year probably. And you know, these guys just kept fighting, and they found a way to come away and get them stopped there. Unfortunately, we made it too hard. That game should never got to the point it did, but it did. We won it, and that's important.
Cato's play, you know, some ups and downs, but a lot of excitement out there. Got 3 touchdowns as a freshman his first started home.
No, he did. And I mean, I was looking at the stats there. He was 27 to 42, and you know, he had a couple of turnovers there that aren't acceptable, and he'll learn from that. You know, and I know Chad went out and he threw 5 interceptions his first game, but hell, they stayed playing Tennessee Chattanooga. They weren't playing Southern Miss. He threw 5 and their ass beat. You know, he'll learn from it. He's a great kid. He likes to play, and I'm proud of him. He'll get better and better as he goes along.
As a coaching staff, you all sort of know that, though. I mean, he's a true freshman. He's going to make mistakes, but you sort of unleash him in week 2 a little bit more, and he made more plays than mistakes this week.
He did. You know, Billy. You know, going in, we had planned. Number one, we were playing at home, and I thought he handled it. You know, and he'll start handling more and more as it goes along. But you know, he's a guy that's just been on campus. You know, a lot of those true freshmen. We had Tebow at Florida. He was there for spring ball, and Phillip Rivers was there for spring ball. This kid was not there for spring ball. He started. His practice started in August, so he's came. To be honest with you, a lot further at this point and grasp more of the offense than what I thought he would. He's a special kid.
His punting game was really good today. I mean,
say again?
Your punting game, I mean,
special teams won the game for us. I mean, you talk about having, you know, the punter of ours, I don't know what he averaged, but 44 yards a punt or something. That's not important. He pinned him back down in there. I don't know how many times, but 5 times. I mean, that's unheard of. But you know, it wasn't just him. It was our missiles out there. It was the Dobsons, and you know, we do a great job. You know, our coaches do a great job of getting guys out there in space that can run down and make plays. You know, we're using Dobson, we're using Pack, we're using Booker, we're using guys that have some speed. We're getting them out where they can't get them blocked, and they're getting down there making. But we forced Southern Miss to have a long field most of the second half because of our kicking game, and I thought we stuck a couple of kickoff returns back in for some. We didn't match up with either of these first two teams a year ago on special teams. We just didn't match up with them athletically. I think now we're coming closer to matching up. I would be surprised if we didn't win the kicking game after watching the tape today. Well, we did because we got a block punt too, correct? We had a block punt plus all those other punts, so we had some big plays in the kicking game. That's why we won the game.
Coach Fedora talked about the difference between you guys last year when they played and this year was simply how much harder you play now.
Yeah, last year we were really good. I mean, that was embarrassing. We just didn't play well, and you know that being we're a much better football team right now. We've grown so much. The culture's changed, and I just our kids. You know, they know how to win. They're going to play extremely hard. And Larry's going to win a bunch of games. I mean, that's an excellent football team. It's a talented team. It's got a 4-year starter quarterback. So he'll go back. He's a hell of a coach. He'll go back. They'll regroup, and they'll win a bunch of football games.
Given your history in college football, is that the single best punting performance you've ever seen?
I'm not sure I can ever remember as long as I've coached any better. I mean, maybe there is out there if I go back. But, you know, I don't think he had one in the end zone, did he? I think he had every one of them. I mean, it was simply amazing. The kid did a great job. We were really proud of him.
Now, the third and fourth year guys, fifth year guys have been through a lot of bad stuff here, and now they're kind of expected to lead these young guys that you brought in. How do you go about getting them to do that? Getting them to buy in after they've been through such tough stuff?
You know what, Jack, if they haven't bought in by now, they got the wrong coach. I mean, the guys that are here have bought in or they wouldn't be here, especially those older guys. And the Tillmans, the Woods. I don't have a lot of older guys. I got 2 on offense. I think the rest of them are freshmen, sophomores. And the Dobsons, of course, he's a junior. And then on defense, there's nobody more bought in than Tyson Gales, George Carpenter, Omar Brown, Vinny Curry. I've got a little bit more older kids over there, but they're just such. I mean, they bought in totally. And it helps so much with the younger kids because you got a lot of young kids out there that need to go around.
Talk about Georgie and Tyson a little bit. Definitely not the most athletic kids that you've got on your roster, but it seemed like every time there was a big play, they were around.
They got big old hearts, and I'll take that over anything else. I mean, give me a guy that's got a big old heart, I'll take a little less athletic ability. We got a bunch of big old hearts out on that field right now. I'm proud of them.
Coach, what about the adjustments at halftime? Because the first half they're throwing the ball over a lot, second half they got nothing. And Vinny, the quarterback today, he kept so many plays alive when things broke down. I mean, he just sat there. Might have gone down in the past, but the play stayed alive, and that's when he really burned people.
Yeah.
How big is that when he can keep a play alive when maybe in the past somebody might have gone down?
Well, you talk about our guy?
Yeah, your guy.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he can, you know, he made, and he'll learn from this so much. I mean, it's the second time, so first full game he seen himself on tape, and you know, there were a couple times out there where he could have ran for the first down. I think at one time in the second half he forced it forward a little bit, but he's going to get better and better. He will, and I'm proud of him. He loves to play, and that's important.
Are there any areas you'd like to see improvements in?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we got to get better. I mean, I was looking at our third down conversions, and they were less than 50%, I believe it was. Chuck, you probably know that, don't you?
Yeah. That's your first 6 quarters.
Third down conversions, they were 9 of 20, so we're less than 50%. So we have made improvement there, and you know, we're right around 50%. So we got to get a little better there. We got to continue to do a good job of getting off the field. I thought there were times in the first half we got him in third down situations and didn't get off the field. We got to do better job doing
Coach, Vinny got you a sack on the very first defensive play. Was it kind of an omen that he was going to have a different game than he did last week?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's omen or not, but Vinny, he plays hard, and you know, I don't think I don't know how many sacks we have had. He had 3, didn't he? But he just goes. As long as he's a heck of a player. He's a better kid than he's a player, and he'll play hard. He's going to continue to have a great year.
Especially an emotional kid like him. He was especially embarrassed when we talked to him last year down in Hattiesburg.
Yeah, well, we all were.
The increased depth really showed itself today, I think, on the D-line. It kept people fresh there at the end and let Vinny get, you know, some rest and healed up a little bit.
Yeah, Fred's doing a good job of rolling those guys. I know we played a lot. I don't know how many played, probably 8 or 10 of those guys. I know Jeremiah Black played, you know, Rashad Myers played. We got several guys that can roll in there. Getting Jeremiah Taylor back helped a bunch because he's a really good player. And we got to play a lot of guys. I mean, that, you know, defensively up front there, and those young linebackers, we got to continue to bring those guys. Unfortunately, they got to come quicker. You know, they're not getting there quick enough. Rip does a great job with that defense. There's a lot of moving parts, and it's hard for those young guys to, at times, to do as much as you'd like for them.